ebinyisa omutima gwange nempulira obulumi nendowooza nti obunosondeseewo naye bwe nzijukira ennyo mu bayibuli mulimu omwami yalina ebintu bye byali bingi byonna ne bisaanawo bangi basekanga ne balowooza akomye naye wasituka n'okola era ebyo bye biŋŋumya saba kimuwankume mukama wampita mu bizibu saba mukwano nyambe nemewo okuswazibwa mukama wadde bingi byendaba tebingobewoli naye nsaba mukama oŋŋumye nsobole okuwangula saba owandika amateeka go ku mutima gwange beere nga mmanyi tambule nga nkutya owulire ng'ekigambo kimukama ensi zonna beere nga naawe tambule nga naawe omukama nsule nga naawe gaggwe buli kimu saba kimuwankume nsaba mukama wampita mu bizibu saba mukwano nyambe nemewo okuswazibwa mukama wadde bingi byendaba tebingobewoli naye nsaba mukama oŋŋumye nsobole okuwangula kati sitidde wendi ndimugomo mu byonna mukama kasitoba ng'olinangesa abalwanyi akira abalwanyi wabadda wennemu essuubi kati bagukoyimbe omusana ekwase yimirira kubanga owangudde saba kimuwankume mukama wampita mu bizibu saba mukwano nyambe nemewo okuswazibwa mukama wadde bingi byendaba tebingobewoli naye nsaba mukama oŋŋumye nsobole okuwangula saba kimuwankume mukama wampita mu bizibu saba mukwano nyambe nemewo okuswazibwa mukama wadde bingi byendaba tebingobewoli naye nsaba mukama oŋŋumye nsobole okuwangula.
All right. Sabaji Mukumi Mukama. It's a prayer song that says, Lord, I pray that you keep me, you protect me, and help me that even when I move, I should continue to know that you are my God and you care about me. So that was a song, an introduction from Apostle Morxon, and my name is Morxon. I don't know why they gave me this, so that's beautiful. Thank you. And we are so delighted to have you once again. Today is another good day. It's what's the day today? Hallelujah. What's the day? Somebody told me. I'm on a lockdown, so I cannot even believe. Is it a Wednesday or Thursday? Thursday. Oh my goodness. You can't believe we just ended Easter. So, when you get into a quarantine and you're locked down, it's very hard for you. You cannot really tell. But I'm so delighted to invite you once again. Welcome. Welcome everybody. And I would just want to tell you, you can still invite somebody. Invite them, and then we can share this. I've always told people, if you love good things, you should be part of the people that they share with others. So it's really important for you. And I want to thank everybody that was watching us during the classic hour. It was such a very good, and so it was a blessing in the classic hour, and I hope some of you continue to follow. You will continue to follow the classic hour. Well, I am in another time when you need to have, I told you, 15 minutes right before the camera can make you go for a century. Well, knowledge is very important, especially you leaders. I've always told you, when you stop to learn, you stop to lead. So it's quite important to have something for you to learn something and you continue to move on. We thank God we are still alive, and thank God that we're still moving on. And some of us, we still have the dreams, and I know some of you, where you are, you still have the dreams for what is going to happen and what you're going to be doing. So Keep the focus and press on towards the goal. Remember, you were created to finish the race, not to win the race. So you keep on. And but that's why I told you, when you come here, you just invite. Keep signing in and call. Invite different people. Thank you. I see Navarre from Ginger. I see Linda Graham, Ma'am. God bless you so much. Thank you for watching us from the US. And I see other people. Hallelujah. Praise the Lord. If I've never not mentioned your names, just because I love you so much and I just don't want to mention your name. John Coney, welcome, my brother. This is a revival. It's a realistic principles of life moment. So, but it's from Revival Palace Center, Ghana in Nansana. We're not located anywhere. We're in Africa, and we love serving God. Anyhow, we want to begin with principle number 1. If you want to walk in this journey of life, you must consider these realistic principles of life, and then you will make it towards the end of the tunnel. And I want to tell you, if you just follow the words I'm giving you, you will make it. I have tested them, and some of them I'm still following them, and I know I'm going to make it. I was speaking to people, and some of them keep telling me, you shared with me, you spoke to me, you found me somewhere in a church, you found me somewhere in a conference, and see where I am. And that's very good. I feel great if I find somebody having learned something from me, and now you're doing great. God bless you. Number 1 principle is, don't make decisions when you are angry. Don't make decisions when you're angry, and don't make promises when you are happy. So don't make decisions when you're angry, and do not make decisions or promises. Don't make promises when you are happy. And many of us, we make decisions, great decisions. You say, hey, I've checked you. Hey, I hate you. Just because you're angry, you begin to say any word. You speak out anything. You don't care about somebody's life. And you know what you do when you're angry, you may regret after when you've calmed down. So it's always be wise. It's like writing. Don't write to someone anything when you're angry. Because if you write, you may mess up yourself and you write something that is not really good. So, and then that brings a problem. So do not make decisions when you're angry, and do not make promises to anybody when you're happy. I have had many people make promises when they're happy, and they never fulfill. I don't know how many times when I move out and I try to speak in some places, and you're talking about the kids, the orphans and the kids, because somebody is excited. Out of excitement, they say, I'm going to do this, and they don't do it. And remember, every time you promise, it becomes a date. So you have to know that. Remember a girl that danced before King Herod? The girl danced so much, and then, the mother and the girl was just, what do you want? You danced so well, you made the king happy. And, the mother said, hey, go and ask for John the Baptist's head. And the girl did so because the king was happy. He ended up messing up, Well, I know all the apostles were assassinated. So, apart from John, who was taken to the island of Patmos because he was just old, they said, let's just drop him there. I think it's not even useful. But I want to tell you that what you need to do is, you don't need to make decisions when you're angry. When you feel you hurt, don't make decisions. And if you're happy, you're excited, do not make any promise to someone. Think twice before you do anything. So that's principle number 1. And principle number 2 is, you either humble yourself or God humbles you. And we've seen many people, they don't want to humble themselves. We've seen nations don't want to humble themselves. Kingdoms, they do not want to humble themselves. And if you do not humble yourself, God will humble you, So you need to go humble, and the Lord will raise you. He resists the proud, and then he lifts up those who are humble. So if you don't want to humble yourself, you need something strong. I'm going to go humble. You are not supposed to be everywhere. Do not make comments all the time. Make no reasonable comments. No comment is a comment anyway. So you need to be humble. If you refuse, even you're a leader of a nation, and God speaks to you, and we say when a nation has no prophet, it is destroyed, it perishes. So if a prophet comes, they come and they tell you this is what's going to happen, you need to humble yourself. We know you're the boss. You know you're a big guy. Yes, we know it. You're the big woman. You're the big lady. But humble yourself. If you don't want to humble yourself, God will humble you. So you need to mark that and take it serious. Okay, principle number 3 is, what failed to destroy you just made you stronger. Hallelujah. I bet this makes sense to you. What failed to destroy you just made you stronger. So if the devil tried to fight you, if anything never destroyed, if poverty never destroyed you, then it's gonna make you stronger. You don't fear at all. I don't know how many hours I spent without I used to sleep hungry without food. And it just made me stronger. Even when I don't have food in my house, which is really not easy as per now. But if I don't have food in my house, that means I get out. I don't cry like I used to. I am stronger. I know how it feels. Even when somebody comes to me, I know how it feels. I know, and even you know the same thing. Some of you lost a lot of people. Maybe you lost people. Even when someone dies, you know how it feels. So it made you stronger. What never killed you, what never destroyed, what failed to destroy you, it just made you stronger. Keep strong from one level to another, one step to another, one degree to another. Okay? So, okay. Principle number 4. Hello, principle number 4. Remember, we are in the realistic principles of life. And number 4 principle is God can turn your deadlines into headlines. God can turn your deadline into your headlines. Actually, your deadline, not your deadlines, but deadline. God can change your deadline into headlines. We've seen many people say, "I've given you a deadline of this. If you don't do this, I'm gonna do this. If you don't do this, it's gonna be tough on you." But it becomes a headline. Hallelujah. One time, someone can come to you and then tells you, if you don't do this, I'm going to do this. Like a teacher comes and says, I have a deadline for you, I will not mark your paper. And then you go, you work it under pressure, you do it, and at the end of the day, you finish the work, and then you pass it highly. You become a headline. You know what I mean? So your deadline can become a headline. Your landlord comes to you and says, I'm going to kick you out of the house. By the date of this, you must be out of the house. And God makes it happen, and then you go and you work, you end up being a landlord. So your deadline can become a headline. Don't you be scared. Your deadline will always be a headline. Okay, number 5, and the last one. Sometimes you have to let go of some people from your life to help them to understand your value in the future. I want to read this. Sometimes you have to let go of some people from your life to help them to understand your value in the future. Yes, that is very true. Sometimes you have to let go of some people from your life, and then they can get to know your worth. They will understand better how important you were or your value to them in the future. I remember we had someone who was helping us at home, something like a helper. And then from nowhere, we used to take care of her, we used to love her, we gave her everything she wanted. And I'm sharing this because you don't know her anyway. I'm not supposed to tell people privately. But we gave her everything. And then she woke up one day because she got a little business somewhere. And she said, okay, now I think I'm going. She was blessed. She was looking good. And it's funny. When she left, immediately as she left, she never realized the value because we gave her everything. We gave her the food. We paid her very well. And then she left. When she left, what happened? The day she left is when the COVID-19 came in. And what happens now? She's in sorrow. She now realizes how good we were to her, how important we are. Some people come to understand your value after they have left. Even in ministry, many times we get people and they run away, they pass by and they go, if someone comes and they go very angry, they go because some come expecting for resources. They think they're going to be paid and we don't have that money to pay. And when they leave, what happens? They go wherever they go. But when they come, when they reach there, they sense it. They realize, oh, I think the other pastor was good. So sometimes you have to leave those people to go, and then they will realize your worth, your value in the future. When you're with somebody, they may not understand. But when you leave them to go, they will come to know in the future. It's like when you're buying food at home and you have children, and they think, oh, it's automatic, Dad has to bring food, Mom has to give us food. The day they leave home and they go and they begin to look for green pastures, that's when they come to know in the future, oh, Dad was good, Mom was good. So sometimes leave some people to live your life so that they will realize how important you are in the future. I love you so much. God bless you. And we keep waiting for you tomorrow in the classic hour. We are most likely to have Pastor Brian Woodruff all the way from Texas. Father Davis will be speaking in the classic hour. And of course, I'll come in and introduce him. And then he'll be doing His message is a great speaker, great preacher, a leader, a husband, and he's a man that I really, he's actually a teacher as well, but he's a great man. So tomorrow we'll have Brian Woodrop speaking. And then soon, very soon, we'll have Pastor Mark Baker from Australia, New South Wales, and maybe we'll have Apostle Paula Evans all the way from Texas. So you keep tuned and see. We'll be bringing you the best all the time. I love you so much. Morxon.
Jangu onyambe, oh mufano, jangu onkume, yenda yekonkumu, ebinyisa mutima.